So, what do you do if you want your ex back? Well, I've experienced this a few times, and I have some tips for you to make sure that it's the right thing, or maybe it's not the right thing at all. So, start with asking yourself, am I feeling lonely and that's why I want this person back? Or am I feeling really happy, full of life, full of energy? My life is amazing. I am living the best life. I'm full of joy. And, maybe now's the time to be in a relationship with this person. Usually it's not the latter. Usually we miss our exes when we are overwhelmed with loneliness, when we are feeling insecure, when we're feeling scared that we'll never meet someone as good as that person, or we don't at all believe that we'll ever meet someone better. And so we start fantasizing about how good it was with that person. And guess what? It probably was really good on many levels. I know with a lot of my exes, and I haven't had that many, I've had altogether 4 major relationships, 2 were marriages. And the 4th one is the one I'm in now. With a lot of my exes, so many things were great. So many aspects were deeply satisfying and I felt happy. And, removing myself from those relationships often made me only remember those good things and helped me get relief from the bad things. My most recent relationship before Jerry was quite toxic. And I remember having the hardest time severing from him. In fact, I went back to him in a moment of neediness and we started dating again. And it was such a disaster because I was coming from that place of loneliness, fear, not feeling my self-worth, that I could do better, and really actually missing him. I really missed what we had. We were together for 5.5 years. I mean, we had a life together. We raised each other's kids together. It was really, really an impactful breakup, as all of them have been. But I really missed the good stuff. And I didn't completely forget about the bad, but I really had forgotten how bad it was until I went on a couple of dates with him again, and all of those feelings came back. And then I was really done. So there's nothing wrong with learning it that way. But what I did figure out is once I really fulfilled my life, I really started taking care of myself again, and I created joy in my everyday life and fullness and deliciousness, I didn't crave for him anymore. So check in with yourself. Make sure where you're coming from that makes you long for this person. Is it from a place of lack, neediness, emptiness, and fear of not ever getting anything better? Or is it from a place of, I feel so amazing. I now am ready to be in a relationship with this person. And if it works out, great. If it doesn't work out, that's okay. There's plenty of fish in the sea. You see, there's such a strong difference between the two energies. All right, I kind of melded in both points, the first 2 points together. The second point is, really checking in with yourself as to why you want this person back. If you need to get really honest with yourself why you want this person back. And if it's neediness, not good. And you get to be deadly honest about how needy you are, right? You know you're needy when you're needy, okay? And if you're not needy, and you're tricking yourself that you're not needy, you're like, I'm not needy, I'm not needy. You'll find out soon enough that this person isn't going to work for you anyway. So you can't really do it wrong. Unless they really, really abused you, there's nothing wrong with dabbling back into an old relationship. Listen, I'm going to be super vulnerable and honest with you. Except for one relationship, I have gone back to every ex at least once. So out of 4 relationships, 3 of them I've gone back at least once. 2 of those didn't work out. We ended up breaking up. And one of them is Jerry. We actually broke up for 2 full months. I moved out. I moved to Costa Rica. This is years ago now. I had a different Instagram account, but I shared the whole story on Instagram. Too bad that account got deleted because of some tech issues. Anyway, so you may be new here and you may have never heard that story before. If that's so, write below and let me know, and maybe I'll share the story one day. But we broke up and I moved to Costa Rica, and he really did a lot of work on himself, as did I, with actually getting coaching and doing a specific leadership program. And we both did it, and we both got coaching, and we both got support. And he ended up really making a really great case for me to come back. And I took the risk again. And don't forget, the other two exes, I went back out of neediness. And this time I went back out of curiosity, knowing that we broke up once before. If it's not going to work out, I'm really fine, right? I'll just go back to Costa Rica where it's beautiful and amazing, or I'll just move out, or I'll move to the city that my daughters live in. Like, it was going to be okay. And I was willing to risk that to see if it was going to work with Jerry. And of course, it has worked. This time it worked. So there's really nothing wrong with wanting your ex back unless you are doing it out of absolute neediness and scarcity mindset, thinking that you can't ever have something as good as that, even though it wasn't really good at all. It was quite toxic. Here is point number 3. If you want him back and he's meant for you, put him back in with your dating pool. So don't always, in fact, it's better not to go straight back with someone and just hope for the best. Unless you've done a lot of self-development work, including coaching, paying someone to help you through the reasons why you broke up in the first place and why it didn't work out in the first place, right? You need that support. If you're doing it on your own, I will guarantee you will just go back to the way the relationship was before. When Jerry and I got back together, we had weekly support, weekly coaching from a relationship coach, even though I am a relationship coach. We had weekly support for an entire year. And after that, we had kind of bi-weekly support. Sometimes we would cancel because we're doing okay. Like, it dwindled off a little bit. We still see her whenever we need, but we kind of just call her up whenever we need a call together. This is ongoing work, you guys, okay? So we didn't just like get back together and hoped for the best, or we thought, oh, we've got this. No, because your old just comes back. You need the support in order for it to be different. And otherwise, just expect it to be the same and don't even bother in the first place. So I hope this helped. Bye for now.